What up? What's up, guys? What's up? I'm just setting up right now. Milady right now is looking great. Let's see how we're doing. Another live broadcast, 2 in a row today. All right, I'm just getting everything set up. All right, Milady, as I'm setting up, right now we are sitting at around the 90 mark. Let's see what's going on here. Move this. All right. Close. All right, perfect. What's up, guys? Welcome. Just sorry I was setting up on my other screen so I can see the chat. All right, so we are back. We are back. Milady right now, if you didn't catch the stream earlier, we were talking about how basically Milady needed a bounce pretty much at that 80 mark. And we did. We bounced pretty much a little bit under, around the 78. Looks like we retested it multiple times. But we did have a nice little bounce. We actually did make a new local high of around 90, almost 94 pretty much is where we were at. Everything is honestly still looking very bullish with Milady. Let's see here. So I checked a couple things before we opened up, and Milady's volume has exceeded over $20 million, that's crazy. Compared to, just a few weeks ago, Milady was sitting at around $1 million volume. $20 million has been flowing in and out in the last 24 hours of Milady, and obviously a lot of it's been buys. A lot of it has been buys. People are stacking up on Milady as we speak. Here, so we keep right now. We're battling the 90 mark, which we'll take it, right? Earlier we did make this high right here. And then we bounced back down towards the 80, and we were struggling during the live stream really to break that 80 mark. And obviously, the last few hours we've had a beautiful bounce where I said if we do bounce off of here, would be very, very bullish. We did form a new red candle, but doesn't matter because, like I said, we are sitting at around the 89-90 mark. We're gonna see what this does. Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin has been sitting kind of, in the same spot, right under 44,000. We are forming a nice little, you could call it a small little bullish flag. And we're going to see probably the next day or two how that plays out. This could easily play out to where, let me see here. Let me try and reconnect. Is my chat working? Let me see if my chat's working here. Uh-oh. Yeah, it looks like it's working good. All right. Sorry, I have the chat on another screen, so I have to look over to look at it. So, hey, Vita, do you speak English? Type it in English if you can. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, no habla español. Very, very piquito, right? But I think we both understand Milady's looking great. Milady is looking very bullish. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. So I just wanted to come up with a little nightcap stream because we are seeing a nice bounce. Obviously, right before I started the stream, like literally right before, we did make a new high, somewhere around the 94 mark. We are sitting at around the 88. We're going to see what this candle is doing because we are forming a red candle. Right now, we're battling. It's battling. You know, it doesn't know what it wants to do. We're in between buys and sells, stuff like that. But basically, from earlier today, if you guys caught the stream, what was great is that we called this. We were looking for this nice bounce somewhere around the 80 mark. We did catch it around the 78. Bounce, very nice. We tested it multiple times, and then we did go up to make a new high. Even though it was only a very little bit over what the local high was, we did make a new high of 94, that's just amazing. That's awesome. You guys see this candle just went from red to green. Look at that. So as we're sitting here looking, everything's looking great. We are in the green again. We're back up to 90. Maybe this will get the crypto FUD kind of thing going, and we can maybe jump up and hit this drop a zero while we're on live, right? That'd be pretty crazy. Let's see here. So again, like I was saying, Bitcoin forming a nice bull flag. So hopefully we can see in the next few days where Bitcoin will jump up off of that bull flag, see some nice upward momentum. Right now it is the weekend, so I'm not expecting a lot of volume to be coming in and out of Bitcoin, to be honest. Looking at a couple of the other altcoins, everything kind of looks, kind of the same as it did earlier. ADA, Solana and ADA literally look like they have the same exact. Let me see this. I mean, they're exactly the same. Exactly the same. So like I said, right now, so the big struggle right now is us breaking back up over the 90. The 90 right now has looked like it's formed some kind of a support resistance. We're going to see how this plays out. But if you guys do see, we did actually make a new high right here at the 94. We did make that 94, and then we did get rejected. So we're going to have to see how this goes. This blue line's pretty much just indicating where this local, where the prior local high was. We were sitting somewhere around this 92 earlier on the stream. We did top that out. Looks like we touched it twice, and then we got rejected. We bounced at where we were pretty much calling it, around the 80 mark, 78. We bounced right here, and that's when we came up and made our new local high. Like I said earlier, even though it's not a very big move as far as the high, it's still a new high. Now, one thing we do not want to see, and I'm going to kind of draw it out right here. We don't want to see where we're doing something like this and we're making a double top, because most likely that's when we're going to probably see something like that. Some kind of a double top. I know that was sloppy drawn. Sorry. That was sloppy drawn, right? But you guys kind of get the gist of it. We definitely don't want to make an M pattern. This double top is what we do not want to see. We want to see somewhere where we're going to form some kind of support. If we can form that support over the 90, that would be beyond bullish. That would be beyond bullish, because earlier that would mean basically we're making higher lows pretty much. And that's something you want to see as far as a natural grow. Right now we are sitting at around the 90, right under the 91. Like I said, we do not want to see a double top. We don't want to see a double top form, because most likely that's going to show us, even though if it does form, it's not the end of the world, right? But we're going to see, if we see a double top, we're most likely going to see some kind of a downward movement. 80's most likely going to break. We'll have to see how that goes, and we'll probably be retesting this next fib retracement right here. Let's see here. Welcome, guys. If you guys have any other altcoins that you guys want to check out, put it in the chat. Let me know. We'll definitely check it out. Hope everybody had a great Saturday. It's still, early. It's still early. I just realized that's Solana's market cap. Solana's looking great. Let's see what ICP's doing. ICP made a new little local high. Nice. Bounced right at my blue line. Look at that. Bounced right there. Nice. The altcoins right now are for sure. I mean, you can pick an altcoin and 90% of them are parabolic right now. They're all parabolic. A lot of them did have a little cool off where they kind of look exactly how Milady's looking, where they made some nice little highs today and definitely had a nice little cool off, and they're looking to see if we can retest some new highs. Milady already did break the local high that we had around the 94 mark, and that is looking great. So what I'm anticipating for Bitcoin is we're going to probably have a little bit of choppy where we're going to move somewhere in this channel. Somewhere eventually we're going to probably bounce off the bottom of this channel and probably move up, hopefully making some new local highs for Bitcoin. If that is to happen, expect Milady to even go even higher. Pretty much is what's going to happen. Now, Milady, you do have to take in consideration Milady has jumped up over 150% in the last 2 days. We mapped it out earlier. We're up 135% currently right now. I mean, that right there, you have to take in consideration. There's always going to be some sort of a cool off. My biggest thing right now is what we do not want to see is a double top. We don't want to see a double top right now. If a double top does form, like I keep saying, we're not going to be going down to zero, but we're most likely going to have a nice little cool off, and most likely it will break this 80 mark, 7-8 that we have for some support, and most likely test some other refib retracements right here, somewhere around the 382, which would still be perfectly fine. Because we would see something like that where it would bounce, make that M mark, and then we would bounce and probably come back up. That's what we want to see. As far as if we can find some kind of support, if it's going to be where we found it earlier, or if it's going to be somewhere at this 382, it's still going to be very bullish. You got to remember, yesterday we were trading somewhere around the 40 marks, 50 marks. We're already doubled that. So, I mean, we can afford to come down a little bit if that means that if that can bring in more buys, right? That's what it all is sometimes some of these prices need to cool off because a lot of people will stop buying because it's moved up so much, so fast. You'll see a lot of the sellers taking over. Buyers are holding off, waiting for some kind of a retracement. Once that retracement happens, especially if it's a nice retracement, if we can stay bullish in the whole crypto market, you'll see a big bounce off of this. And like I keep saying, Bitcoin, I'm expecting something like this where, oops, I have my drawing out. I'm expecting something with Bitcoin where we're pretty much going to see, like I said right here, we're going to stay in this channel and chop, and most likely we're going to bounce up. We formed another bull flag. So a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times this will play out where this bull flag will bounce somewhere. Doesn't necessarily play out like this. We could come down a little bit more and then shoot up, but something on that way, something of this kind of movement most likely will happen. So welcome, guys. If you guys have any projects that you guys want to look up, let's put it up right now. We'll see it out. We'll map it. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like. I really appreciate that. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. You guys can get those instant alerts whenever I am going live or posting videos on your favorite projects. Luke, I see you, Luke. Everything's looking great. Everything's looking bullish. Imagine if we basically are just sitting right here at this 899 mark, right? And just recharging up. Do you imagine what the next spots are going to be? The next spots, obviously, like I've been saying earlier, we're looking whenever we get up to this 99 and dropping this next zero, that's going to be a pivotal spot as far as some big resistance. But once we get past that, because I mean, eventually we're going to get past that. We're going to have some new solid spots that are obviously going to be resistance, and I can map them out right here. You know, we can put them on the map so whenever we get there, right here is going to be the next spot around the 10 and a half mark. That's going to be obviously a big spot because you can see multiple times we slapped our head on top of that. But I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, right? Let's see. Definitely want to get too ahead of ourselves. So we still have this red candle kind of forming. But if you can see, this red candle keeps going from red to green, sitting at the 89. We keep just basically just struggling at that 9 mark. That's where we're going to probably, that's going to be a spot where it's just massive resistance right now. We have a lot of buyers and sellers basically just going at it behind the scenes. Let's see here. We all need it to lose 3 zeros. I think that's reasonable. 3 zeros. I mean, is it reasonable? I say, yeah. 3 zeros would be like, I don't even know what that would be as far as like how many times that would be, but I would say most likely that's over 100x right there on 3 zeros. People don't realize like 3 zeros, that could honestly move up. 3 zeros, like let's say you have $1,000 and it goes up 100x, that's $100,000. If you have $500 and it goes up 100x, that's $50,000. Like that's a lot of movement right there. And I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying like you have to understand how much of a movement that is. 3 zeros is a lot. So, but what do I always say? I'm always saying with Milady, the market cap's so low. Something like that is so reasonable that it can definitely happen 100%. If it can just get the momentum, the exposure, and the volume that Pepe and Shiba and all these other meme coins got, this thing's probably going to do something even more than what any of those projects did. Crypto Mint, what's up, man? Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. I just wanted to come out with a quick stream, you know, really for you guys. You guys can put in the comments as far as like what you guys want to look at, or if you guys know anything that's going on with Milady right now, you know, like anything like that, put it in the chat. We're all here. Obviously, we're here for the same interest. We all are invested in Milady. You know, we're watching it. Earlier on the stream, we were struggling. We did make this little local high, and then we bounced right here at this 7.8 where we were pretty much calling it. You know, I said earlier, if this thing can bounce somewhere around that 80 mark, we could probably see another a higher high, and we did. It was very brief, but we did bounce at the 94, which made technically a new high, right? So everything's still looking perfectly great with Milady. Right now, we're witnessing that it's battling between the 89 and the 90 mark right now. We're all going to go to sleep tonight. And this thing's going to do something crazy. Hopefully, it does something towards the upside that's crazy. We're going to wake up, and that zero is going to be beyond gone, right? But like I keep saying, one thing that we're probably not going to see if we are asleep while that's happening is whenever it does get up to this 99 mark and drops this zero, that's what I'm anticipating, where there's going to be massive resistance. I think that there's going to be massive resistance where it's most likely not going to just hand it over, where we're just going to drop that zero and it's going to be perfectly fine. I think we're going to have to hit our head multiple times on that 10 mark, you know, bouncing off of it, basically dropping a zero and then gaining the zero back. Dropping the zero, gaining the zero back is what I'm thinking, unless we go on some crazy parabolic run again and we just shoot up, you know, like just something nuts, which easily could happen, right? You're right. It happened with Shiba. You're right, bro. I told everybody in the on a couple other streams, like probably about a month or two ago, with Shiba, I actually bought in on Shiba right before it really went crazy. I bought in. I was seeing, you know, I was hearing a little bit about Shiba, so I was like, you know what? I literally put in a few $100s, and it literally like 1000x. Like I don't remember what I put in, but it was only a few $100s, and I remember it jumped up to a few $1,000s within like a few weeks. And that's what I was saying earlier about you guys need to make sure that you guys are mapping out exactly what you want to get out of Milady, right? Because what I did with Shiba was I rode Shiba all the way up, and I was up 100x, right? And I rode it all the way almost back down. I sold for a profit, but you know, I look back and I was like, wow, I lost all those thousands of dollars that it was up, you know, because I rode it up and then I rode it down. So that's something that you guys do not want to do. I'm not saying that that's happening now. You have to remember when all this happened, this was during a bull market. This was when she was already had made its top when it hit like $40 billion market cap. You know, that right there is like something that's unheard of on a meme coin that was just a few months ago at like maybe a few $1,000,000. So imagine with Milady, if you guys get the opportunity to where Milady shoots up to something like that, similar to where it's at multi-billions of dollars, don't let the greed take over. Don't let the greed take over. And I always say this is, don't be married to your projects. We're here to make money, right? We're here to make money. Obviously, we are Milady meme coin family, but at the same time, I want to see you guys win. I want to see you guys make money. So in order for you to do that, don't be attached to these projects. So if whenever, let's say it's 6 months down the road and Milady's sitting at, you know, a couple $1 billion, I would honestly wouldn't be mad at you if you go and take your profit. I really wouldn't, because you've been holding on for so long, and you're holding on for what? For you to make profit. So let's see here. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. So, all right, but I've been with you all along. I just wish that you would do a daily, even if there's nothing to talk about, because there's no one out there talking about it. I hear you, bro, and I appreciate that, Troy. That's why, like today, if you notice, I normally come out with like maybe a live stream like here and there, but I've been telling you guys from when we were in the bear market and all that stuff when we were down, is that whenever we start moving and things start really moving like daily, I will come out with multiple videos. I'll come up with multiple lives, and that's what we're doing today. Is it's multiple lives. You know, we hit a new all-time high just a few hours after the live that I had earlier. So I don't care, bro. I'm here with you guys. I'm invested in all these projects like you guys, and I same thing like you. It's like almost like I'm creating a room for us to sit here and all talk about something that we all love, right? And it's Milady, it's crypto, it's us making money. So that's what it's all about, really. I appreciate that, Troy. Justin, I bought 100 million for $6 and it went to 5K. Oh, you're talking about Shiba, I bet. And I didn't profit and I was sick. Dude, that's what I'm saying right there. You guys see what Justin said? Dude he put barely any money in, and it turned into something like that was crazy. That $5,000, you could have moved it over into another project and 10x on that, right? And that's what it is. That's what the successful traders, they don't get married to their projects. They appreciate, they respect their projects. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time it's time to sell, you need to sell. And I'm not saying any time right now is to sell. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying in the next, you know, who knows, 2 months from now or a week from now when we're at $1 billion or whatever, I just want to make sure you guys are planned and ready and you have a plan to execute as far as what you're going to do. If you're holding on, I've seen some of the chats where people are saying that they're going to hold on till 2024. I respect that because you have a plan, you know, and stick to it. You have a goal, stick to it. That's what it is. Now let's see here. So I made $40K from $200 with Sheeb. Bro, shit's crazy. Milady to the moon. 94% of Milady is locked up in liquidity pool. Oh, for real? See, I didn't know about that. That's awesome. That's good. And that's what I was saying earlier on the earlier chat, was that right now, these people that are selling, if you see these little red candles, these are people that are most likely just bought in recently. These are the people that are going to come in, you know, and they're going to make their quick money. And who cares? Because we want that to happen, right? We want the volume. We want the volume. We want, even if they're going to be daily traders or they're just in for the week or they're in just to make that quick 25%, who cares? Who cares? Don't get psyched out by some of these red candles, because imagine some of the people that pretty much got psyched out and they were like, oh, they've been holding on for, you know, for a while and they sold down here. Not that they missed out, but now they could be looking at it and like they're like, crap, we're now up another. Let's see, if someone sold right here at this bottom from earlier and where they're at right now, they're looking to buy back in. Well, they're gonna have to buy back in and take a 15% loss because we already moved up another 15% from where they ended up selling off. And that's what happens a lot of times is there's big fake outs where it looks like we're gonna be just dropping or it's over with, and it just immediately it just shoots back up, and that's what happens a lot. So let's see here. So Milady 2 billion soon. I honestly, for me being a conservative trader, 2 billion, I think we might make it up a little bit past 2 billion. Honestly, I wouldn't say an exact number, but if you had a gun to my head and you were saying I need a number right now, I need you to put a number right now, I'd say probably anywhere from $2 to $4 billion is what I would say in a bull market. I mean, I'm talking about Bitcoin sitting at $60,000-$70,000. Milady could easily go to $2 to $4 billion easily, and that's me being conservative. So let's see here. I appreciate it, Tony. You already know, bro. I appreciate your for your viewing. I appreciate you guys coming in. I really do, and that's why I'm here, man. So let's see here, Justin. That's what I'm doing now, and my portfolio is going up this week. That's awesome, man. Let's see here. We sell ladies when we reach 30K holders. Yeah, so I don't know if it was you, Tony, or it was somebody. I do know, Tony, I think you're the one that's been updating us on how many holders we've been having. We did jump up, right? Like 2 days ago, we were at like 16,200. As of earlier, we were sitting somewhere around 16,400, 16,500. So even though you're thinking only 300, but you're thinking 300, these people are probably long-term holders. We're building long-term holders here that are just going to keep adding and adding. And if we stay parabolic in the next week, we could be up to 17, 18,000. That's how we see these movements where we're just moving slowly up. That's how it goes. The community keeps getting stronger. The community keeps building up. On Reddit there's a big Milady community on there. There's like a forum that has like, I think it's like 1,000 or plus people that are on Milady forum, and there's multiple forums as far as on Milady, but the one that I saw that was like the bigger one, there's 1,000. And you really think about that. Think about it. There's 7 billion people on this earth. Only 1,000 people as far as on that Reddit. Only 1,000 people, or 16,000 holders or whatever the case is on Milady right now. That is such a small fraction of what's going to happen when we get into this bull market. When we get into this bull market, we're going to have over 100,000 people holding on to Milady. And I keep saying the volume is what we're looking for. The volume is what's going to blow up on Milady. Right now, we're sitting at the volume around $21 million, which is insane compared to the market cap just a few months ago was at $21 million, right? Milady's market cap sitting above 70 million now. We've been mapping Milady since the market cap's been around 15 million. So think about that. We've been steadily moving up. We obviously have had big dips, and that's why when my videos I was saying, these dips, these are opportunities. These are opportunities. If you believe in this project, these dips are opportunities for you to keep adding to your bag and bringing that dollar cost average down as far as whatever you're holding on to. So yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like. We got multiple people in here. We need to hit that like, send the algorithm, bring some people. We need to bring new people into the space, right? Into the crypto, not even to the crypto, into the Milady space. A lot of people right now, the FOMO has set in. A lot of people are just searching for crypto, right? And they're looking. You better believe people right now that aren't really too familiar with crypto, they know about Shiba. They know about Doge. They don't know about Milady yet. They do not know about Milady, and they're going to be looking up what's the top meme coin, right? They're Googling what's the top meme coin right now. That's what they're going to be looking up. We could be sending the algorithms over to these people. That's what's going to bring the attention. I Googled like Milady, and it was like all my videos that came up, and I was proud. I was proud to see that because I'm happy. I hope that one day Milady is like insanely up from where we're at right now, and a lot of you guys are still around, and you guys could, I don't care if you tell me that you've sold, what I'm saying, at that point, because I just hope that you guys make a lot of money. That's what I'm in it for, right? I'm in it. I'm in a lot of investments, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in it to make money, just like you guys are. And that's what I'm saying. I hope that, later on, whenever we're in this bull market and stuff like that, and you guys are, up on your portfolios, and I don't mean just 70% up. I mean, like, you guys are up. You see in the comments, some of these people are saying that they put a few $100s in, and they, on just Shiba, they were up thousands and thousands of dollars. It happened to me. I actually, for my big big move was Dogecoin. I was buying in on Dogecoin when it was like 2 cent back in 2020. I actually was I was playing PlayStation, right? And one of my buddies that lives a couple cities away from me was like, "Man," he's like, I'm you know about this Doge?" And I'm like, "What the hell?" I didn't know anything. I obviously I knew about Bitcoin and stuff like that, but I was like, "Doge." And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dogecoin." He's like, "This thing's gonna blow up." It was like 2 cents, and I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, how would I buy Dogecoin?" And at the time he was like, "Just download Robinhood." He's like, "Download Robinhood." And he's like, "It might take a few days for you to get approved." He's like, "But then start buying Dogecoin." And I did that. I actually started buying in on Dogecoin, right? And I had probably like a few $1,000. Well, I had 50,000 Dogecoin, right? I had 50,000 Dogecoin. Remember, I'm buying in at 2 cent, 2 to like 4 to 5 cent. I was buying in, right? Well, do you guys remember what Dogecoin went up to? 70 something cents. I had invested like $1,000 in Dogecoin, and I sold. I didn't sell at the high, but I sold somewhere up there, and that's what really got my foundation started with everything. So that's why I respect meme coins. You know, I have money in. I like to put my money. I like to diversify and put money in. You know, Bitcoin. I was real big in Ethereum. That was how I made a lot of money too. Was buying in an Ethereum, stuff like that. A little bit more secure, but how I started off was really taking a chance and buying in on a meme coin, and while basically no one knew about Dogecoin at the time. It's crazy because you think about it now, everybody knows about Dogecoin. Everybody knows the Dogecoin, you know, stories and the millionaires and stuff like that, you know. But I was just buying in, and it was so many times where I was like, "Man, this thing is not doing anything," and I was like, "Bro, I'm over it," you know. And he was like, "Just hold on to it. Just hold on to it. Just stop looking at your portfolio." And I was like, whatever, I'm holding. And then just finally one day I'm like looking at my portfolio. Obviously the hype was starting to build up, but I'm like looking at my portfolio, and it was like from 1,000 and it just jumped up to like 12 grand. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like I was like literally like pacing in my house. Like, oh my God, just watching it just jump up thousands of dollars. Like that's going to happen, right? That's what's going to happen. So you guys keep the hope alive. I'm telling you. Crypto, that's why if you look at like some of the big stock market people, they do not like crypto. They don't like crypto because, and I'm not putting a tinfoil hat on or anything like that, but they don't want to see the normal person like me and you, or you and I, make money like that. They don't want to see it. They want you to put money into the stocks that they've already been invested in from 10 years ago. You know, they want you to put your money in that, and maybe you make 5 or 10%. You know, but we're not doing that. We're doing what crypto. We're a whole new day, an age. You know what I'm saying? As far as what we want to invest in, and crypto is honestly, that's going to be the thing. I think in 10 years from now, stock market's definitely going to have a big issue. Stock market's not going to go anywhere because that's like the lifeline of our economy, but it's going to be right there with the stock market, where Bitcoin is going to be something very big for I see for like 401ks and stuff like that. I really do. I wish right now, I'm building my 401k with my company, and you know, I wish that I could allocate, you know, a big chunk of that into Bitcoin, you know, because that's long term. 401k is something very long term, right? You don't want to touch it. You want to just keep building it, and if you can every week or every 2 weeks, whenever you get paid, take 5% and put it into Bitcoin. You know, that's what I do on my own. But I'm just saying, if they could do that for me on top of that, and you just forget about it, that's how I think there's going to be the wealth is going to be built as far as for our generation. And whether you're 60 years old right now or you're 20, I'm saying our generation, because we're all in this crypto generation. You know, I was talking to a coworker that's like older than I am, and I couldn't believe she put up something that had Bitcoin, and I was like, wait, you know about you're invested in Bitcoin? And she was like, yeah. She's talking to me yesterday. She's like, did you see what Ada did? And I'm like, holy crap! Everybody else is like looking at us like we're talking Chinese, you know? And it's just like, I'm like, wow, crypto is definitely gonna be it's gonna be something you talk about at the dinner table, right? If you don't already. So, all right, so let's see here. So that's good. So let's see here. I appreciate it, Crypto Mint. I really do. Let's go, Milady. I invested 10K in Milady. Nice, bro. Are you Crypto Mint? Are you the one from earlier saying that you had 2 trillion? Somebody was in here saying they had 2 trillion, and we're like trying to decide if you would consider that a whale. What do you guys think? 2 trillion Milady. That well, let's see here. So Milady, I think has, I don't know what's the circulating supply of Milady. I know it's in the trillions. If you have 2 trillion, you're talking about owning like maybe like 1% of all circulation. Excuse me. That would be considered a whale, right? Think about it. If you own 1% of all circulating Bitcoin, that would be a whale. I think. If not a whale, maybe you're like a newborn whale. Like a little baby whale that's maybe like, forming, and as the price goes up, you're gonna continue to grow, maybe something like that. Just kidding. Let's check out. So one thing I do want to point out that I'm noticing right now is, so Bitcoin, look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's sitting at around 43,007. Again, we're staying in this channel. This is the drawing that I have is what I predict. It's obviously not going to happen exactly like this, but I do see something like this where we stay in this channel, and we kind of, because this is basically technically a bull flag that's formed. Yesterday's stream, we were right here, and someone was like, I think we're forming some sort of a possible head and shoulders, and I looked and I was like, you know what? I see what you're saying, but what I see more is a bull flag forming. And sure enough, a few hours later, Bitcoin shot up, right, to actually make a new local high, technically, right? 44.7 from what I have on TradingView. I think it was a little bit higher than that, but we'll go from right here. It made a new local high. What I see happening right here, maybe not as big as a move, because a lot of times I forget what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to measure the pole or whatever it is, but you can see this is a smaller move. As far as this bull flag, I wouldn't doubt that we most likely come back up and retest this local high right here at 44.7. But right now, currently speaking, we have a red candle. I'm going to move this over real quick, and you can see we have a nice red candle forming. So that's another thing that we have as far as with Milady. Milady right now is basically, it's as much as you probably don't want to see it, or maybe you do, we are kind of going in sync with Bitcoin right now. We're moving in sync with Bitcoin and all the big players. We knew this was going to happen eventually. It's happened. So we're going to have to see. We're kind of like almost in their, like the big players kind of realm as far as what's going to happen with Milady on the big front. Obviously, we have our strong long-term holders, but we do have a lot of new investors that are probably investing a lot of money, and they're manipulating. Not necessarily manipulating, but they're basically, that's what the struggle is we have people that are buying in. A lot of people are probably holding off because we've moved up so much. So we have a lot of the sellers that are taking over right now, given that Bitcoin itself, again, look, we're at 43,600. Bitcoin's forming a nice red candle right now. Let's look at some of the other altcoins, and we can kind of see exactly what's going on, so you know that it's not just Milady. Look at Cardano forming a nice red candle. Let's look at Solana. Solana's been going crazy. Nice red candle. Look at that. So if you look at Milady really, technically, if you really want to get into it, Milady looks better than all those. The only thing that's kind of scaring me with Milady, not scaring me, but the only thing that I see that I've been trying to point out is I don't want to see a double top. I don't want to see a double top form. I want to see us break. We have to break this local high, because if we do form a double top right here, we're most likely going to be moving towards the downside. It's not we're not like the world's over and Milady's done, but we're most likely going to be dropping down, and we're going to have to find a spot of some support. Again, the 80 to 78 mark is a solid spot, but I think if we form this M, we're going to break that. And like I said, I think we're going to bounce right here at the 382, which is going to be somewhere around the 73 mark, which would be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. A cool off period would not hurt Milady whatsoever. would not hurt. As long as we don't get anywhere near back down towards these 40 or 50 marks, I think if we do bounce at this 382 at 72, somewhere around there, and we start moving back up, I think that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly natural for me, not Milady, but for Bitcoin particularly. We're in the weekend, right? In the weekend, there's usually less volume. There's less volume, so the buyers have kind of sat on the side. You have probably people selling, not like massively, but selling. That's what's taking over right now. A lot of times on the weekends, I always say it, it's like hit or miss. Some weekends we're going crazy and we're going parabolic, and a lot of weekends the volume just drops down to almost nothing. But you'll see these times where we'll kind of move down, and then Monday or at the end of Sunday night we'll roll around, and then we'll just jump right back up to where we were at like nothing even happened. So you guys don't get faked out or anything like that whatsoever. So let's see here. Tony, what are you asking? So what do I think about all Chimik? I don't even know if I said that correctly. Low cap and DeFi. Will it even bring it up? Let's see. If you guys have any altcoins that you guys want to look at, let me know. All right. So you said this is in DeFi? Nice. I wonder, is this an Ethereum? Is it an Ethereum token? ERC? So one thing I will say, Tony, that looks good is that it's above the 200-day, right? It's above the 200-day. This had a crazy ass spike right here. Look at that. Nice little 60% spike. Obviously, we did come back down, and it looks like it wants to come back up. Now, you did get rejected at this 22, the all-time, or not all-time, but this local high, because I don't know, I haven't zoomed out on this if this is an all-time or local high, but around $26. So we did make a lower high right here. This was a gigapump on this 22, so I mean, I will say that it does look very bullish. Just be careful if you're looking to buy in or add to your bag. Maybe wait for somewhere on the bottom right here at this 18 and a half where we found some support if you're looking for a spot to maybe add to your bag or jump in if you're sitting on the side. So we'll see how that goes too. Keep me updated. I definitely will bring that back up if we need to. So guys, welcome. If you haven't already, hit that like. I appreciate it. You're helping the channel out. We're sending the algorithm to all the people out there that are searching up crypto right now. You know how many people are on YouTube right now that are bored just looking up stuff, and they're looking up what's meme coins, what's the next meme coin. Well, that's how it gets put into their feed, is by people like yourself hitting that like button. So I thank you guys so much. And if you haven't already, obviously hit the subscribe. Hit that subscribe. Today we hit the 800 mark. We're at a little over 821 from what I see. I have to update it, but I appreciate everything. We're obviously gunning for that 1,000. We want to hit that 1K, right? I think things, just like with the crypto market for YouTube, whenever you like for myself, you know, I came out when crypto was down and out. Bitcoin, when I started my channel, Bitcoin was at like $20,000, right? And nobody was really looking up crypto. I obviously have some of the diehards that been here since, you know, my first subscriber, but it was rough starting a channel, you know, but well, let me not get ahead of myself. It was rough starting a channel during the bear market. It really was, you know, but I will say for anybody out there, for anything that you want to do in life, being consistent, right, and really having a passion for something, I feel like you always will succeed. And, you know, I'm just so happy that like a year later, because this week marks a year for the Crypto FUD channel, you know, I haven't blown up to 1 million subscribers, which is perfectly fine. I don't want to do that. I want to just naturally grow and be here with you guys, right? I'm just a normal person like you guys, really, and I just wanted to bring a space where we all could just come in and talk about our favorite projects and make money together. So that's pretty much it. But what I was going to say is I'm noticing that the channel is really starting to pick up, and it's because the crypto market's picking up, right? The crypto market's picking up. A lot of people are searching their you know, whatever projects that they're looking for, and that's how the channels are starting to build back up. A lot of people are coming back into the space. And that's what happens during a bull market. During the bear market, even for YouTube, it's like just it gets rough out here, right? That's why you got to keep your daily job. So Bitcoin sitting around 43,700. So remember we had this red candle, which we still do, but it looks like it's definitely just bottomed out right here at the 43,600, and we did spike back up at around 43,700. We're going to stay in this channel, guys. We're going to watch. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen exactly like this, but we're going to stay in this channel, and we're eventually going to have some kind of a jump up. And I wouldn't doubt if it's sometime tomorrow, because we are in the weekend. We'll have to see how our friends across the pond are doing, because right now I'm in Florida. It's Eastern Standard Time. It's 6 o'clock. It's evening over there. They're rubbing their eyes and getting the crust out of their eyes. They're waking up. And they could be, never know. They could jump on our bandwagon and start bringing everything back up. And same thing with the Milady. All the across the pond, Europe, and we have Asia as well. Asia is a big thing as far as the Asian market. That was one thing back on the last bull market. We would, when you would go to sleep, it would be like late at night. You go to sleep, you'd wake up the next day, and it would, like, the projects would blow up like 70%. You're like, who is up at 4 o'clock in the morning? It's the Asian market over there, jumping in. Like, we'd have a good day over here in the West, and then over in the Asian side and the Europe side, they would kind of just jump on after everybody would kind of be, America would be asleep. They would jump on, and it would jump up another 20, 30, 40% on the project. So that's what I was saying earlier. It's awesome that crypto can be just a 24/7 trading thing. All right, so let's see here. Let's check out. So what is that? Celestia? Let's check it out. I know I did not pronounce that correctly. All right, so obviously this looks like a fairly new project, just started in November. I mean, looks like it's definitely, making its way up. This looks like probably, what is this, a DeFi? This most likely is like a little DeFi project. I mean, I'm big on DeFi, 100%. I can't give you any technical analysis on this other than it does look like it's on its way up. But, who knows with these new projects, because they're still trying to form, those spots of some solid support and resistance. So, as far as like, what do I think? Who knows? This thing could do anything, right? I can make a little fib retracement and see as far as locally what it's doing. So it looks like it's about to come back down and retest the 382, but it keeps getting snagged up at the 236, somewhere around $10. So you see how it's kind of coming. It's trading in between $9 and $10 right now, which, I mean, from where it came from, this thing came from $2. So I mean, it's definitely bullish. But depending on where you bought in, or if you're looking to buy in, I would wait. Not giving out financial advice, but I would wait. You can see right here this 0.5 at around $8.25. It's a solid spot for some support. So maybe if you can have patience, that could be a good spot if you're looking to buy in on this project. Let's see some of the other projects. Let's look. I keep looking up like Solana and stuff like that because these are the big players right now. Look at that green candle on Solana. I'm sorry, I said green. Forgive me. Opposite. I mean red. Look at that red candle on Solana right there. So just know that Milady right now, look how Milady looks. Look how Milady looks. Let's look. Milady, Solana. Milady, Solana. Solana's definitely getting, it's not getting, like nothing crazy, but I mean, you can see it's cooled down. This candle down here at the 71 mark compared to where it was just earlier today at 77, it's just moved down like 10%. But what I'm pointing out is that the red candle definitely is moved a lot, and that's what's going on with a lot of the projects right now. Bitcoin right now is really just kind of probably sitting stagnant. Like I said, it's gonna probably be boring tonight, folks, as far as with Bitcoin and stuff like that. Doesn't mean that something like some of these altcoins might do something, but as far as what Bitcoin right now, we're going to stay in this channel. And like I said, I really do believe that eventually in the next day or two, which what I'm saying is like tonight, but most likely tomorrow towards the end of Sunday, we're going to come out of this channel. And we're going to probably shoot back up and retest this little high right here that we had at around 44,700. That's most likely what we're going to do. So Milady, right now, we definitely did form a nice little red candle, but we have, been staying close by that 90 mark. We are sitting around 87. Like I said, the whole market as a whole is really just doing the same thing right now. It's doing the same thing. The one thing that I was saying earlier that we do not want to see is Milady form some kind of an M pattern, a double top. We definitely don't want to see that. Not that it's going to crash Milady or anything like that, but if we do see that nice little double top, we're probably going to bounce somewhere around this 236, somewhere around the 73. Hopefully we can hold the 78 if we do come back down. Sometimes these M patterns, they will come to the downside, but it won't be anything crazy. It'll just come down to the bottom of pretty much where that M was formed, and then we'll bounce right back up. So we'll have to see how it goes. I think a big thing is really just watching what the market as a whole is going to do right now, because we are going in sync with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a lot of these major projects. So, we're going to really see the same kind of price action that's going to happen. So we'll have to see. So let's see here. Coin market cap, and then click on markets. Why? What are we doing, Justin? What do you want to do, bro? What are we doing here? Why in the hell? Oh, I'm trying to drag the screen. So we're really, well, we can look at everything right here since you brought me here, Justin. So obviously Bitcoin 43,000 right here. It's saying it's at 43,900. That's doesn't, not what we see right here. Yeah, remember all these coin market cap though. Yeah, coin market cap will kind of be a little bit different as far as what trading views prices are, but kind of gives you a little fix your mic, bro. What's the matter? Hold on here. My mic sounds fine. I don't know. My mic on my end sounds fine. I can hear it. It sounds good on my end. Let me know, other than Crypto Mint, if you guys, if my mic's messed up, let me know. Oh, where to buy projects. Oh, I see. So is this where you're looking to see kind of like for new projects? But if you're looking, Justin, if you're looking for like DeFi, you got to figure out. So if you're looking for like DeFi projects, you got to figure out what ecosystem you want to buy off of, right? If you want to buy off of Ethereum, which is going to be the biggest ecosystem, you got to go on like Uniswap, stuff like that, and you're going to have to buy Ethereum and trade Ethereum for whatever project that you want to potentially buy into. As far as like new projects for the bigger stuff, yeah, CoinMarketCap's going to bring you and show you obviously the top, like right here, these are the top 100 projects right here that we have. So you can go on coinmarketcap.com and really look to see, what projects are up. Obviously, these are like the top 10. Solana sitting at number 6. Solana's market cap 32 billion, coming right up on BNB. So I wouldn't doubt that Solana eventually takes over as far as the number 5th spot. XRP's right there too. Solana could be taking over BNB and XRP spot. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Other than that, to get up to the 3rd spot, $90 billion. That's, Solana would really have to make a big move. You have to basically go up 3x from where it's at right now. So 70 times 3 would be over $200. It would have to jump up to for it to start, trying to push Tether out of the number 3 spot. But we'll see. Dogecoin, what's Dogecoin doing right now? Nowadays, Dogecoin's at 10 cents. That's right. Cardano, 60 cents. Matic, 91 cents. Shiba, Dropped to 0. Nice. Oh yeah. Eventually, do you guys think that where do you think Milady's gonna come? Where do you think Milady's gonna be to get onto this top 100? I will say, so $1 billion starts right here at project 64. So it would have to, if it jumps up and the market cap gets up to over $1 billion, it would still be down here at the 64th rank as far as per market cap, right? Ordinals, man, ordinals. You guys, I was talking about ordinals freaking like 3 months ago. I was trying to tell everybody and their mother, and you know what? And I didn't listen to my own advice as far as ordinals. I was watching ordinals, and ordinals was down. Let's see here. Why is it? This isn't the correct ordinals, is it? Yeah, there we go. Ordinals was down. When I saw it, it was at $2.90. Ordinals right now is trading at $50. It topped out right here at almost $70. Ordinals is one of the only BRC projects. It runs off the Bitcoin ecosystem, and it's real big on NFTs, bringing NFTs into the Bitcoin ecosystem. A lot of Bitcoin maxis do not want to see ordinals survive, but there's nothing they can really do about it. They are worried because they don't want to bring anything into the space that's going to clog up the Bitcoin system, right? So because maxis really believe they want to make Bitcoin some kind of a currency. A lot of them do. They want to make some kind of a currency, and I look at Bitcoin as like we always say, it's a form of like liquid gold almost, right? It's like that gold, digital gold. Not liquid gold, but digital gold, right? It's going to be that thing that you want to have and hold on to that's always going to have a store of value. Getting back on Milady, though, look at where we're at now. We just jumped up, we made a beautiful candle. Look at it. We're now at 91. Let's see us get back up. All we need to do is get to 94 to break a new local high right here. Currently, let's see if we can watch it happen. But you guys can see, this was a red candle. Remember, this was a red candle, and it completely just switched over to a green candle, and you can just see it going back and forth, back and forth. The buyers and sellers, the buyers and sellers. Gosh, I wish we all could be in one room right now, right? Just sitting there looking at each other. Someone's trying to sell, someone's buying in. Just craziness. It is so crazy. You know what blows my mind is how they can sit here and like the buys and sells are coming in, right, from all the way across the world, and like it just sits here and you can like, we're looking at the price action live. Like, do you imagine trading stock market back in 1930? Like when you had to like send in a letter to your broker or whatever the case is, and like you don't even know what the prices are, or if you're looking at a price that could have been like a price from like 4 weeks ago. You know, like it's nuts how we have instant numbers in front of us as far as like the buys and sells. Like I'm astonished how much technology has really just gone in our favor as far as like stuff like this, you know. All right, Luna Classic. Let's find out. You know what? Luna Classic. No, we wanted to know. Okay. You sold ordinals at $4, bro? Oh my Jesus. Oh my. You should have called me. I would have bought it at $4. I would have bought all yours at $4, right? Luna Classic was doing some things, I think, last week. Last week it was really doing some things, but right now, I will say, so first thing I want to point out is obviously it's above its 200-day. So it's still bullish, but you guys can see this line that I've already had out for Luna. It's sitting here right around, well, we're not even going to get to the zeros, but it's sitting here where it found some support previously. But Luna Classic, you know, it does go through these times where it has these crazy parabolic pumps, but then they're usually short-lived because I think a lot of people are just very weary on this project. But one thing I will say is look at this. Look at this right here, this McDonald's sign. See this double M? I mean, I'm not the double M, double top, this M, and look what's going on. It's coming down. But really, this has nothing to do with the M, but look at this big candle after the M formed. It was a big drop. That's what I do not want to see with Milady. I don't want to see that with Milady. I don't want to see a double top for Milady whatsoever. Milady looks great. Going from Luna to Milady, Milady looks great. Did we form another? Let me see here. So we're back to 89. We're really, it's just like a battle, bro, between this 90, like 92, 91, and this 89. We really keep bouncing back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, but Ordinal's very bullish. Very, very bullish. Bitcoin still sitting around 47 or 43,700. Bitcoin will be at 47,000 soon. It will be, and it will be past 47,000, honestly, in my eyes. If you guys haven't already, hit the like. I appreciate it. Remember, we're doing this. We're going to send the algorithm out there to everybody, all the new investors that are looking up what's the hottest meme coin out right now. What's the hottest meme coin out right now? What is the hottest meme coin out right now? It's Milady. Milady's the hottest meme coin out right now. It really is. One of the biggest potential for, you know, a quick 100x, even dare I say 1,000x, right? That would be nuts. I'm still, who in here was in here earlier that had trillions of Milady? I'm still waiting. I don't want to go to the other video and go look at the chat, but it was somebody in here had trillions of Milady, right? And I was like, dude, would you guys consider him a whale? Like, would you? He said he had 2 trillion. I know a lot of people, and I'm bro, if you have anything in Milady right now, my hat tips off to you, right? I know a lot of people are sitting around that 50 billion, you know, people have 10 billion. This guy had 2 trillion. 2 trillion. That's like, if you have a billion, I believe how many, there's like 100 billion that equals a trillion, right? So this guy's sitting like 100, 200x over, you know, your average investor and Milady. I was like, he has to be considered a whale, right? I would think. Maybe not like one of those real big like blue whales, but like maybe a dolphin. We'll call him like a dolphin, or maybe like a killer whale, where he's still big, but he's not like, you know, moving water like a big blue whale would, or a humpback or something like that, right? He's still big, but, you know, it is a whale. Yeah, bro. It has to be. We had a whale in here earlier, guys. A whale. But that's awesome, because hopefully he seemed like he was, you know, he's vibing in the channel, and it didn't seem like he was, you know, he had any plans to sell. So that's what it is. We have a lot of holders right now that are, excuse me, I was cracking my back, that are long-term investors. We have over, I think what was it, Tony? I think it was, 16,000 holders. If I'm not mistaken, we have 16,400 plus holders as of earlier, which can seem like a small number, but think about it. We have 16,000 people holding on to Milady. 16,000 people. And I'm sure as the day goes on and we keep going, we're going to just keep moving up as far as holders. And that's how it goes. That's how it goes with these projects. So the biggest holder in Ethereum scan is up 7 million. Do you mean, are they up $7 million? I would imagine that's what you're saying. And are you saying that for Milady, $7 million? Because that's a little scary, because remember, Milady's market cap is at $70 million. So if someone was up $7 million, like, I don't know what they totally have, but that would be 10% of the market cap alone, if they're really holding on to that much, which I believe it. So any burning for Milady supply, you know what? That's something that you would have to go and look on the white paper, and go and look, because I am very unfamiliar. I have glanced the white paper on Milady, and if you go to Milady, I think it's like milady.com, or you go to their Twitter, they have a link to go into their actual website, and you can go into their the white papers, and you can look to see exactly what they plan on doing. A lot of these projects, I will say, Milady's just came out this year, right? Milady's only like 7 or 8 months old. I wouldn't imagine just necessarily yet that they're going to have any kind of burning as of now. I think they're still really just trying to, you know, build the community, build as far as the holders and stuff like that. I know there's like 900 trillion coins in circulation. So there still is a lot out there that hasn't been bought yet. I think when you have a lot, when you get to the point where there's not a lot of coins in circulation anymore, you have massive holders, you have a big market cap, that's when they start burning. They'll start a burning mechanism as far as whatever the case may be. That's what Shiba's been doing, where they've been burning a lot. Well, you think it's a lot compared to what is actually in circulation. It's still something, right? They're still burning like, millions of Shiba daily or whatever the case is, but compared to trillions, I don't think people really can fathom how much trillions is. Like, trillions is so much. It's so much, so if you could be burning millions a day, and it would take probably 50 years for you to burn a whole supply, right? So, I think down the road they will probably find some kind of a burning for Milady, but that's if that's even something that they want to do. Maybe they want to keep Milady at, not like where it's at right now, but they want to keep Milady at something where, because a lot of projects, they purposely will put a lot in circulation, and they want the number to have a lot of zeros in front of it because it brings in a lot of investors. You guys know it. When you buy in on something, you put $100 into something and you have 1 billion of those tokens or those coins, you feel like not powerful, but you feel it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, hell yeah, I have 1 billion, right? That's the sales pitch that they have behind as far as bringing in investors, versus if they have a small amount that are in circulation and you're buying in at $50 per token or coin, and you put in $100 and now you only own 2, it's a little bit different. It's a little different as far as like, it discourages people from buying stuff, because people unfortunately don't look at the market cap, and they just look at how many they're getting for their dollar. Obviously, what I always preach is look at the market cap. We've always been talking about Milady. Milady has, that's the one thing, is right now you can buy with 6 zeros or 7 zeros, whatever Milady has in front of it, right? You can buy and get billions of tokens or coins, but the market cap also is very, very small. So it has the potential to drop those zeros, like more than anything else, because the market cap is so small. We're talking about under $100 million. And the bull run, everything in the bull run, bro, you'll have the most pointless projects out that are like literally, like, I remember they would come out with, I don't even want to say half the names, but you'd be like, are you freaking kidding me? And it would have a market cap of like $500 million, right? Because in the bull run, there's so much money. There's too much money in the market. And there's just, every project really is thriving. You just can basically put something in right now, and it will most likely, in the bull run, will at least 2x. A lot of projects, though, that have something behind it, like Milady, has a big community that's been forming since the bear market. So when we get into the bull market, it's going to have a strong community already in it. This easily could go up to $1 billion, $5 billion, because it already has been building in that bear market. Now we're in a bull market. Everybody and their mother's sitting here talking about, this new meme coin that they think's new, but it's been out for the last year that we've been talking about, right? I'm sure there's going to be people coming back to my videos during the bull run. They're going to be coming back to my videos that were a year old, and they're going to be like, because I've done it before, where I'm like, oh my God, I could have bought in at this price. I could have bought in at this price, and like, my God, I didn't know about this, and that's what happens, and it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But I'm happy that you guys are here. We're here early into this project. Let's see here. If we break 92, we're probably going all the way up again. Clayton, I believe that. That's what I'm saying. So 92 is where this blue mark is, right? But 94 is where we just topped out at a little bit earlier today. We topped out like probably about an hour ago, right before I started the stream. We did make a new local high at around 94. I think, yeah, if we break the 92, you are correct. We're going to have to, we're going to be struggling to get past that 94. But if we can hold and stay around 92, 94, we might be going parabolic again. And like I keep saying, the next spot for resistance is going to be that 99 and that 10 mark where we're going to drop a zero. That's why I feel like we're going to have a very big spot for some resistance, but hopefully we fly right through and we form that as some support. The way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised for sure. Oh yeah, I hear you, Clayton, for sure. Milady definitely is. You can't look at this chart and say that Milady is not bullish. Milady is 100% bullish right now. And the confirmation of us bouncing right here at the 78, 80 mark right here was pretty much, that was a good confirmation. Now, like I keep saying, the only thing I don't want to see is us form this M pattern. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but I would love to not see that M pattern form, because that means we're going to probably retest. Excuse me. We're probably going to retest this 78, if not the 382 right here at the 73 mark, somewhere around there, which would be perfectly fine if that's what we need for us to, to form new highs and us to finally drop a zero. It is what it is. But if we can make some new highs coming up here soon, we'll get away from this M pattern that it wants to form, that we are basically, the buyers are struggling to hold us right now. Pretty much right here, like I said, we easily could make this M pattern. We could make an M pattern and just bounce again right off the 78. We easily could bounce off the 78, right? But a lot of times with these M patterns, they'll have a nice big red candle that'll exceed where we kind of made the M. And that's what I'm saying. If we do have that, either we'll hold the 78 or we're most likely going to bounce somewhere in between the 76 and 73 mark, most likely, before we see some kind of a bounce. And that's obviously hoping that, everything else in the market is still thriving and still holding strong. I appreciate the likes. We jumped up. If you haven't already, hit that like. Hit the like. We need to bring people in here. Bring them in for Milady. Milady's going to go crazy. Market cap for Milady sitting at around $70 million. $70 million. For whatever reason, on TradingView, you know what? Let me look on here. Let's see something here. All right, so this is coin market cap. So take it with a grain of salt. As far as let me see, 88.7. So they're on point right now. So right now, Milady's market cap sitting at around $65 million. $65 million with the volume at around $21 million. Do you see the volume? The percentage is up 150%. Like I was saying, just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago for Milady, the volume would be at like $1 million. So we've 20x as far as the volume, and obviously you can look at the charts. Most of the volume has been obviously buys, right? It's been obviously buys. Oh, so also circulating supply. There looks like there is 700 trillion. So 700 trillion. So if that guy had 2 trillion, you're talking about he owns about 0.14% of all circulating supply. So I mean, I don't know. I would consider him, like I said, I would consider him a dolphin. We'll call him a dolphin, all right? We'll call him a dolphin, right? Because I mean, he's almost whale status. I think if he was like full 1%, that's like straight up whale status. So Milady right now is trading on KuCoin, Uniswap. These are the top. KuCoin is where the top volume is coming in at almost 15%. Uniswap, Gate.io. Let's see here. Crypto.com is about 7%. I thought Crypto.com would be a little bit higher. Gate.io looks like it says 34%. So it looks like it's actually the most for Gate.io as far as trading platforms. That's another thing too, is Milady. Imagine if Milady can get onto like Coinbase. I mean, do you guys remember the OGs that were here during the last bull run? Do you guys remember the Coinbase effect, where anything that got listed on Coinbase would, no matter what, go up to at least 100% from whatever it got? These projects would be out for the 2 years, right? And then Coinbase would offer them and bring them onto their platform. And I mean, that day, it would instantly like start shooting up 10, 20, 30, 40. It would be up like 100%. I was actually making a lot of money off of my Coinbase. What I would do is I would literally just look for projects that were just getting dropped like that day. And I would literally I would throw like thousands of dollars in, and I would just take like 10, 20, 30% each day off of like 5-6 grand that I was playing with on my Coinbase. And it worked like 97% of the time, right? Because the Coinbase effect. I think we're going to get into that. Now, Coinbase during the bear market was dropping, adding projects, but there was no volume coming in to the space, so the Coinbase effect didn't really work, right? If you guys remember, during Shiba, everybody was like, if Shiba can get added onto Robinhood, it would bring so much money. Well, Robinhood dropped the ball, and they added Shiba during a bear market. They added Shiba during the bear market, and it really didn't do anything to the price. It didn't do really much to the price whatsoever, you know. And I think if it would have been 6 months prior, a year prior, when we were in a bull market, it would have made Shiba go up even higher than what it already was, right? So they dropped the ball on that one, but it really was the fact that there was just no volume coming into any of the crypto space. So all the exchanges were struggling, right? You remember a lot of exchanges didn't make it through the bear market. A lot of them went bankrupt. You know, really, what that's made it out of the out of all that was the bigger exchanges that really made it through. So, if what I'm getting to is if Milady gets dropped on Coinbase, which could easily happen eventually, that would be another thing that could make Milady really go up parabolic, because it would bring a lot of new investors that download Coinbase that don't use Crypto.com or don't use a lot of these other, like KuCoin. You know, I don't even think you can use KuCoin in America anymore, if I'm not mistaken. You know, and Uniswap and all that stuff. People don't know how to swap, you know, Ethereum for Milady. So they look for, you know, these bigger exchanges, and that's why Coinbase, if they can bring like something like Milady on, would be nothing but some crazy parabolic move. So Clayton, may I ask what's caused this parabolic pump? So to be honest, Clayton, I don't know exactly what started the pump. I really don't. We can go and look at Milady's Twitter and see, or Milady's X. Sorry, Elon. Milady's X. That's Lady's Maker. I always click into the wrong Milady. Is this Sarah here? Yeah, Milady coin. Is this it? I don't think this is it. I don't think this is the correct one, if I'm not mistaken. How many? No, there's only 7 followers. What the hell am I doing here? Milady Maker. I don't think this is it either. This isn't it. Oh, 30,000 followers. This might be it. I don't know. But what's really driving Milady is the crypto market. I've been saying this since we were in a bear market, that a project like Milady is gonna thrive when Bitcoin gets to certain levels. I was saying this. Do you guys remember? I want to bring up my YouTube channel real quick. I want to bring up my YouTube channel, and we're not gonna watch a video, but I do want to show. Let's see here. So, Crypto Fud's live right now, guys. He's live. So, looking at my videos real quick. Let's see here. Big moves coming. This was 5 days ago, right? If you can see, I was already saying, you know what I had determined, or I'd seen, is that Milady This was back here. When I made that video, this was 5 days ago. Milady was right here and had just bounced off the 200-day moving average. That, in my eyes, was something that was a big move. The fact that we had broke the 200-day moving average, even though it just formed, we broke the 200-day moving average and we bounced right off of it. You can see right here, look, we broke the 200-day, right? Got rejected, bounced down, but we didn't move far down. Tested it again, broke it, bounced right off this 200-day right here. From there on, I came out with the video. I said, I think big moves are coming here, because a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times when something like that happens, that's when you're going to see that big move as far as that project, and it's a bullish move for it to move, for it to bounce off of a 200-day or 200-week. Now, we don't have a 200-week for Milady, because a 200-week would be almost 200 weeks would be about 4 years, right? Because there's 52 weeks, or 52 weeks in a year, so 200 would be just shy of 4 years. Obviously, Milady's only been out for about 8 months, so we just formed a 200-day moving average, and we bounced right off of it on like day 4, and that's why I think we technically have moved up. Not only that, but Bitcoin. You have to remember, that's why we always keep looking back at Bitcoin. Bitcoin itself had, during that time, just 5 days ago, was around 37, which was very bullish, but it broke and has moved up past that 40,000, and we currently sit at around 43,700. That altogether has made a project like Milady, and not just Milady, but a lot of altcoins are going parabolic right now. If you look at a lot of the altcoins, and we'll look them up again, we look at a lot of the altcoins, they're all basically doing the same thing right now. They've had crazy moves up. They have a little bit of a cool off right now, right? But they've all bounced off their 200-day. Look, Solana bounced. Look at this. This isn't coincidental. It bounced clean off the 200-day moving average. You see that? Bounced so clean off that 200-day, and what did it do? It's gone up massively. And that's what we're looking at. Same thing for Milady. Bounced off the 200-day, and it's gone up considerably, just like Solana. And that's what I think has really driven Milady particularly, but not only Milady, but a lot of these altcoins, the whole crypto market. A lot of if you look at the charts, they all look about the same, where they bounced off that 200-day, and they're sitting where they're at right now, up 150%. So coin market cap's high for Milady's at 9.2. Our high for our candle right now is currently at around 9, about 9.3.5. 9.3.5 is pretty much where our candle sits as far as our local high. $8.27. Hell yeah. I appreciate it, guys. We're moving up. Trying to get to that 1,000 mark. We'll be there eventually, right? We'll be there soon. Oh, yeah, and you can add the Santa rally. That is right, Tony. Tony, bro. I need you as like my sidekick, bro. You keep coming out. So that is right. So big thing for a lot of the markets. Last year, we really didn't have a Santa rally, right? We didn't have one. A lot of times during December, you'll see the markets, not only for crypto, but the stock market as well, will have a nice move, and they call it a Santa rally, where it's pretty much just for whatever reason during December, you have a lot of upward momentum. Now, I will tell you what happens a lot of times too in December is a lot of people will sell off if they had a bad year. If they had a bad year, they'll sell off in crypto. They can't do it in stocks anymore, but in crypto, they'll sell off at the end of December, right? And take that loss so they can write it off on their taxes as a loss, and they'll buy in exactly right where they sold. They'll buy back in January, right after. And what happens is you can think about that. If you can write that off on your taxes as a loss, you're going to get more money back, or they're not going to take as much money depending on how you do your taxes. I forgot what they call that, but they don't allow that in stocks. So in stocks, if you sell a certain asset, you have to wait, I believe, 30 days or whatever the case is until you can buy back in, as far as with your taxes and writing it off. But on crypto, you still can technically sell off if you're at a loss. Now, I don't think that's going to happen this year because everything's gone up like crazy, right? So right now, a lot of people, if they sell at it, they're going to probably be in the green. So if they sell right now, they're going to have to pay capital taxes, versus if they hold, then, obviously they know we're 2024 is going to be a crazy, I think it's going to be a crazy 2001 all over again, where we're going to be, just going nuts. A lot, especially these meme coins like Milady, is going to be going insane. So people are just going to be probably holding on and not selling off at the end of this year. Last year, they did that. Last year, they sold off big time in December because a lot of people were just taking the loss and writing it off because it was helping them out in the long run for their taxes. This year, I don't think that's going to happen. So, all right. Any other projects you guys want to look at? Anything right now? Saturday night, guys. You guys could be anywhere else, but you're right here with us with Crypto FUD and the whole community. We're sitting here checking out Milady. Milady right now back up at 90. It is, while me and you are talking, this thing is just, it's in a battle. If you could see, picture like a war going on right now in the back end of buyers and sellers just fighting it out right now. And that's what they're doing. They're just fighting it out. It's back down to 8, 9. Now it's back up to 9. It's just going nuts. But everything's looking great. It really is. We're not far from our little local high that we made. Let's see here. From where we're at to this 9.4 mark, we're about 4% away. So that looks great. That honestly looks awesome. Very bullish in my eyes. Oh, here we go, Justin with the gecko. Here we go. Is this thing moving? Gecko. I don't know if this was, oh, it is moving. Nice. I don't know if this is the exact one, but it looks like it's definitely moving. I don't know what the market cap is on this thing, but I guarantee you with these moves right here, this market cap is like probably $1 million with these moves. It's crazy. Looks bullish though. Definitely looks bullish. Found some support right here at can't even see how many zeros that is, but at that 50 mark, we'll call it. It is sitting at the 53, so it looks bullish. All right, so Bitcoin, just to recap, Bitcoin right now, we're sitting at around 43,700. If you guys can see what I have drawn right here, I think we formed some kind of a bull flag, where I think we're gonna chop in this little channel right here, right, kind of on the downward movement, only for us to have some kind of a move where we're gonna retest this little local high at around 44,700 eventually, right? I think that's what's gonna happen. I think in the meantime, projects like Milady gonna kind of sit. I'm not gonna say that we're not gonna do anything, but we're gonna really just sit here. I would imagine that the volume is kind of dwindling down a little bit, so that's why we're at a stalemate right now. We're sitting at around 80, 89, 90. We're kind of just bouncing back and forth, right? Buyers, sellers, buyers, sellers. I think eventually, as tomorrow forms, Bitcoin jumps out of this channel and starts going parabolic. Hopefully, I think that's when we're going to have another leg up. But the one thing that we need to take out of this whole thing is that we have to hold certain levels for us. We want to hold, we definitely don't want to form this M pattern, but if we do, we definitely want to hold, like earlier I was saying, around the 78 to 80 mark is going to be a solid spot for some support that we definitely want to see us hold. We did bounce earlier at the 78 after we made this local high, so that's where we're going to want to see us bounce at. Other than that, the 382 at around the 72, that's going to be the next spot for some support that we're definitely going to want to hold. Other than that, everything's looking great. It looks good. Tomorrow we'll wake up and hopefully we've 8-0, and we're going to be mapping out other things from there. If you guys haven't already, make sure hit that subscribe. Make sure you guys are subscribed because, like I said, we'll keep coming out with lives tomorrow. If I have to, we'll come out multiple times. So what about BlackRock? Larry, what do you mean by BlackRock? Like, what do you like? We all know BlackRock, right? They hold massive amount of money. I think if you're talking about BlackRock in general, I was talking about this earlier. The Bitcoin ETF is supposed to be getting approved. They're claiming that it should be getting approved somewhere around January 5th to January 10th in between those days of 2024. That's when I think, and we're talking about the BlackRock ETF. If that was to happen, that's obviously what Bitcoin's been really building off of, is those dates right there. If we obviously have that and it actually can finally go through and an ETF is approved, just be ready. I think I was predicting this the other day. The ETF gets approved, we might see a slight sell-off because, that whole buy the news, sell the rumor, or whatever the case is, might happen. A lot of people might sell on the fact that they've already bought in. It's gone up the day of or whenever that week of the ETF gets approved. We might see some small sell-off, right? But I think in the long run, 2024 year-round, or for the full year, we're going to see another just keep steadily moving up. And I wouldn't doubt that next year we see Bitcoin particularly, I'm talking about Bitcoin particularly, making some new highs. Somewhere breaking that $68,000 mark, and some are getting up there around $70,000, $75,000. And with that being said, you're looking at a lot of money coming into the crypto market. Look at it as a glass, and that water is the money. And that glass can only take so much water. It's going to start overflowing. Well, that overflowing water, that money, is going to be coming in to all the other projects. You're going to have alts going nuts. You're going to have people looking for meme coins. Milady is going to be one of them, where they're just going to be buying in on Milady. And this is after we'll probably drop a zero easily. We're talking, 6 months down the road, just speaking hypothetically. Milady's already dropped a zero, and now the ETF is approved. Altcoins are going nuts. We have trillions of dollars coming into the space. You're going to see something like Milady that still has a market cap at like $150 million. That's going to go crazy because, like I said, Milady goes up to $1 billion to like $2 billion. You're talking about 100x. I am predicting if everything works out, perfect for Milady, we're going to be looking at somewhere around $2 to $4 billion for a market cap. Look at where we're at right now. Market cap for Milady right now, currently on Coin Market Cap, is sitting at around, what are we at? We're at $65 million. That is nothing compared to where we could be at, a year down the road if this bull market does, definitely continue and keep building. $2 billion from $65 million. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll be probably dropping multiple zeros in that situation. So, yeah, exactly. Bitcoin ETF next month. That's what I'm saying. Not even. If you really think about, it's next month, but it could be less than a month from now. We could be talking in 3 weeks. January 5th to January 10th. We could be looking at, about a month, 3 weeks to about a month. So, that's crazy. I'll check out Jasmine. Yep, I definitely will check that out. What is Jasmine doing nowadays? So, you guys already know what I'm going to call out first. 200-day moving. And I've been saying this for all the altcoins. I've been saying the same thing. They all look not exactly the same, but very similar. A lot of them caught up to their 200-day, broke it, and just like Jasmine, look. You see how it bounced off the 200-day? We had this crazy wick right here that's nuts, but it was shortly lived. After that crazy wick, look at that. It shot up like 4 times that little wick. But Jasmine right now, in my eyes, looks very bullish. It's above its 200-day. It is looking like it had a nice little red candle as of right now. We can see it's pretty much just chopping around, but you can see the upward momentum, right? This thing is definitely up. If we were to put a fib retracement, let's see what we have going on here. So a local fib retracement. So the top would be at around about a half a penny, right? About 0.6 of a penny, that 65 mark. And you can see we're currently sitting at around the 60. So we're not even that far from this local high. It looked like it did come right down towards the 382 at the 59, and it was very short-lived. Didn't even get to the, oh yeah, it did. It got to the 59, and then you can see it quickly reacted and bounced back up to the 60. So it is definitely looking very bullish. Very, very bullish. If you're looking for a spot for some retracement, right now, I would say the only safe spot that I would say would technically be right at that 382 at the 59 even mark. The 59 even mark would be a spot where you could see we bounced right under at around the 58.6. Around that is where we bounced, and we did jump back up. I don't know if we're going to come back down to there. We could, but that would be where I would be potentially watching to add to my bag, or if I was sitting on the sidelines to jump in. Yeah, but Jasmine doesn't look bad at all. All right, guys. Listen, I'm gonna end this stream. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I'm starting to get a little tired here. I need to drink some water. I've been talking for like the last 2 hours. So, guys, listen. I thank you guys so much. I really do. Before you exit out of this video, hear me. I thank you guys so much for the support. I thank you guys for coming in and spending time with me tonight. Spending time with all of us, because we're a community, right? That's what we're forming here, as a community where we all can just, I'm just like you guys, and you guys are just like us, where we're all just investors. We're all interested in the same thing, and we're all here for the same reason. So I thank you guys so much. Before you guys leave, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. Tomorrow, if we wake up and Milady has been doing something crazy, or if we jump back up towards these local highs, I will be coming out with another live. So make sure you look out for that. Hit the subscribe so you guys can get those instant alerts. But other than that, guys, I thank you so much. Have a wonderful, safe night tonight, all right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys again.